Are home prices dropping in Orange County? They are in the US. I'm Eric Engelbert with Orange County Real Estate, and today we're going to look at the real estate data for the last 7 days. We're going to look here in Orange County and also in the United States. We like to look in the entire US because we feel like that will tell us what's going to happen here in Orange County. All right, let's jump right into the data. The first slide is our inventory slide. So residential units for sale in Orange County is 3,654. And then in the United States, we look at single family homes for sale. It's 561,304. So both of those numbers are unchanged from last week. Inventory didn't go down or up, and we were expecting it to go up a little bit. We're not quite in the holiday season yet, so we're expecting inventory to go up. I think the hurricane in Florida stopped or lowered the amount of inventory there. No, they didn't have any new listings in the last week. Obviously, they got some big problems there. So under contracts and pendings has gone down 2 weeks in a row. This week we're at 1,812. Last week it had gone down 5%, which was the biggest drop that we've had in a long time. New listings in the last 7 days are at 482. That includes all residential units, up to fourplexes also. So 482 new listings. That's down from last week, which was at 579. So almost 100 less, 100 fewer this week. So what does that slide really tell us? I mean, it's telling us that, you know, with the under contracts and pendings, that demand is low. So with rates over 7%, that makes sense, right? Buyers are kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what happens. That's what this slide is telling us. Let's go to the next slide, which is our days on market slide. The median days on market in Orange County is 38. That's gone down 1 from last week. The average is 53. That's gone up 1 from last week. Then under $1 million, we're at 32 days on market. Between $1 million and $2 million, that's 34 days on market. I was kind of leaving that out last week because it's very similar to under $1 million, but really the bulk of our houses are in that price point between $1 million and $2 million. So that's, we're gonna start keeping an eye on that data. And then over $2 million, it jumps way up to 56 days. Now that's down from last week at 58, but 56 days is quite a bit more than properties under 2 million. So what is this slide telling us? And this slide is counterintuitive because it's telling us that there's still lots of buyer demand. I mean, 32 days for under $1 million, that's a seller's market. Now, 32 days seems like a lot because we were selling homes in half as much time in the last 2.5, 3 years, but 32 days is still a seller's market. It's not a lot of time. Even over 2 million being 56, you know, that's for luxury, that's also a low amount. All right, let's go to the next slide here. It's just our key statistics that we like to take a look at. And the first line is sold price versus list price. So in the last 7 days, homes actually sold for 0.3% higher than the list price. So that number has improved. Immediate sales is up this week to 6.5%. Last week it was 3.5%. These are homes, and that's just the last 7 days. Immediate sales of the last 7 days, 6%. So these are homes that went on the market and accepted an offer in the first 2 days. Price reductions in Orange County has gone up to 43% from 42%. And in the US, it went up slightly to 41.9%. Expecting those numbers to increase. A lot of people want to sell before the end of the year, so I expect price reductions to increase all over. All right, let's look at the data. The next slide is Costa Mesa, single family homes. The median list price in Costa Mesa stayed the same from last week, which is 1.4 million. Interestingly though, new listings in Costa Mesa for single family homes has gone up. So that's an interesting data point. We'll keep an eye on that. Average days on market has gone up to 55. Price reductions in Costa Mesa has gone up to 45%. It was just 44 last week. And then the relisted properties are gone up to 8% from 6. Relisted are properties that had accepted an offer, went into escrow, but the escrow was canceled, usually due to financial reasons like the loan didn't come through or something, so they had to be relisted. That's an important stat, kind of tells us how things are with the market and the environment, because it's usually financial, so lets us know that people are having a hard time getting loans. That wasn't the case, 6 months ago, and 2.5 years ago, that wasn't a case. There were hardly any properties that were relisted. All right, Costa Mesa condos. The median list price is $789,000. That has come down by $10,000. It was $799 last week. Days on market's come down also 35 from 39 days on market. Price reductions are at 36%. That's up from 32%, and 0% relisted. All right, so that's the data. Again, what is it telling us? I mean, it's really hard to figure out, because there are some positive things in this data, but there's lots of doom and gloom naysayers out there. And of course, the stock market's got hammered, but there are some positive economic news too, right? Like unemployment's low, jobless claims are low, corporate profits are at all-time highs, corporate profit margins are at all-time highs also. And then, the demand for goods is still really high. People are still spending. So that's interesting, right? Because the stock market's taken such a big hit. And then around the country, the median home price has fallen. It was $450,000 for single-family homes just in March, which was an all-time high, and it's now down to $434,000. So that's 3.5%. So the median home price has dropped in the country, just 3.5%. So do I think Orange County is going to follow that? I feel like it could. My prediction is that prices are going to hold, and stay pretty flat through the holidays and the beginning of next year. Maybe as much as a 5% fluctuation, but I still think that, that's pretty flat. So we're going to keep an eye on these factors and see what happens. But at the moment, Orange County home prices are not dropping. All right, if you want this data for a specific area, if you're considering selling, this is important data. If you're considering buying, it's also important data. Just reach out to me. You can call or text or email, and just give me a zip code or neighborhood, and I'll pull all that data for you. If you want more information about selling in Orange County, I'll be happy to discuss that with you as well. Call, text, or email. All right, have a great week, and thank you very much for watching.